Hi, team. Welcome to the show. I'm so pumped you get to be here today. This time, we're going to have a conversation about communication, specifically in regard to listening effectively. This is about building better relationships, relationships that feel quality, and also about having a powerful impact as a person in that relationship, whether you're a leader, a parent, a partner, or a friend, anybody. When I was going through my coaching certification process years ago, I had a coach who told us that she had a sticky note on her computer with the word wait written in bold permanent marker on it. Wait. And the word wait is an acronym for why am I talking? And she had that on her computer as a reminder that when she was in conversation with somebody, she wanted to check herself and make sure that she wasn't just talking to talk. It was a prompt to help her remember that her job was to be listening. And if she was talking, it should be for a good reason. Thank you for this, Dorcas Kelly. She's a phenomenal coach. She's been in executive coaching for 3 decades. So I'm listening to her. I love this idea, and I've shared it with a lot of my friends and my clients, especially when we're talking about relationships and how to create connection with people that feels quality and meaningful. In general, the majority of the population are terrible listeners. You know that, don't you? You're probably shaking your head. Yes. In general, the majority of people are terrible listeners. You see this culturally, especially in media and news. People have very little interest in hearing what other people have to say. And for the most part, are just wanting themselves to be heard. They are typically impatiently waiting for their turn to talk. And we don't need to get into the nuance of why that is. But when it comes to your personal relationships or your work relationships, if you want to be an impactful person, listening has to be at the top of your list of skills, at the very top. And the first step to being a good listener is to stop talking. And this doesn't mean being complacent or being a people pleaser or being a doormat. I'm talking about really taking time to process the words that people are saying to you. There is a difference between hearing something and truly listening. Listening is active. It requires thought, eye contact, body language, and true processing of what someone is telling you. It is a patient process, one that takes time. It's being curious and open-minded and non-judgmental. And it often requires that you self-manage your emotions, your feelings, your thoughts, that you set your ego aside for a minute so that you can truly see where someone's coming from before you craft your response. I would venture to guess that you have people in your life who are pretty wonderful listeners, and I bet that you have more people who really need to work on that skill. Active listening is one of the most valuable leadership skills you could have, and it goes beyond simply hearing the words that another person speaks. It's about seeking to understand, team. It's about seeking to understand the meaning and intent behind the words that somebody is saying to you. There's a few tips that can help you improve your active listening and really beef up this skill. First, show interest in the other person through solid eye contact and body language that indicates that you're present and that you really are listening. Mentally, be fully present. Really be present. And if you need to take a huge deep breath so that you can get present, do that. Then you can start to notice the verbal cues and the nonverbal cues, including that other person's eye contact, their body language, their tone of voice. When you engage with that person, you can paraphrase what they said and reflect it back to them. And you can ask open-ended questions that encourage that person to elaborate. That tells the person that you are listening, that you are engaged. Now, again, you have to be patient here. Let the conversation take the time that it needs and try to stay curious and open-minded so that you are not actively judging as you are listening. Now, this stuff might seem really simple and obvious, but common sense, it's not always common practice. If you can get really good at this, you can dramatically improve your ability to impact people. Now, I've caught myself in situations where I have not been actively listening. It actually happens way more than I'd like to admit, but it only takes seconds to reorient yourself and change the trajectory of that conversation. And when you have better conversations because you've been actively listening, you reduce the chance that you have misunderstandings, that people get defensive or upset. You improve the quality of that relationship. You improve the rapport, the trust, the foundation. All in all, the benefits are really limitless here. And you can imagine how well this would serve you as a leader, managing employees, or talking to your partner, talking to your kids. So my challenge to you this week is to ask yourself, why am I talking? Practice waiting. Practice active listening. Just slow the heck down, team. See what happens to your conversations. I think it'll be really awesome. Thank you for listening to this show. I appreciate you so much. And thank you for being ready to impact. Thanks for listening to Impact Ready. I hope today's episode inspired you to own your impact and recognize that you are powerful. By elevating our energy and awareness, we can create exponential change in this life. If you enjoyed today's insights, share them with a friend and subscribe to the show for more. I truly appreciate you. Thanks again for being here.